Hi Libra, welcome in to As the Cards Turn Tarot. I'm Kimberly. We're going to be doing a energy check. We're going to look at some crystals, some oracle cards, and some tarot. Okay. I also have two decks. One is the news that is a little blunt, so please take what resonates and leave the rest as always. And let's get started on your crystals. I spin these. They're a little noisy. It's only for a second. I'll read them here and then I'm going to read them again in that correlation to see what chakras are aligned there, okay? Libra. I see organization right off the jump. You're getting things organized. You're going to receive clarity and you'll be pleased with it as well. It could be a new beginning or something that you've been waiting on. You're waiting on something here, you know. But I think you already know the truth with the gate sitting there. You're very spiritual. Maybe you're awakening of some sort or ascending. I feel that as well. You have a heavy energy with you, but you're handling it well. And your solar plexus is running hard. You are communicating more than you would have. You know, like you're speaking up. You see something. You know, so you don't hold it in as much. So let's see what comes out in these cards, which is another form of crystals with some affirmations on them. Okay. Baron Reed, I think. Baron Reed, yeah. This is for a lovely Libra. Can I have the energy now, please, for the Libra and the current energy? Black Kyanite. Set strong boundaries, and I felt that. You're speaking up about something. You're setting strong boundaries there. That's in the past position as well. But recent past. So let's get the here and now, please. Here and now for Libra. Here and now for Libra. You got Tiger's Eye. Okay. And Phantom Quartz. So overcame your fears on something in the here and now and embraced the change. So you embrace change, the Phantom Quartz. And then Tiger's Eye. Overcome your fears. So you have those energies present. Of course, with the help of the crystals, you know. Tourmaline quartz is on the bottom. Get out of your own way. This is the outcome position. We got Moonstone, live in the purpose, and remember your worth. So, like I said, you're very focused on something. You're getting it done. You're very organized. You're even, you know, if you take a step back and look, you'll see how well you did, you know, type of an energy. Let's see if there was any blocks for you. Why is the black kyanite present, please, for blocks? Can we have some information on that for our lovely Libras in the current energy? Blocks for the greatest good, direct energy, please. Current energy for Libra. Quiet. Libra energy, please. In the here and now. Okay. You're getting a message of some sort, and I believe you found the strength within yourself. You realize something was forbidden, or you changed direction. You are holding back because fragments, and it's a closed deck, so that's the message they wanted out. You are holding back, but slow and surely you're getting pieces of yourself, you know. maybe stuff that you didn't want to look at or deal with, you are, so emotionally it's you're holding right now, and that's okay. I like the numbers you have, the 15, you're in the middle of it, you're already stabilizing with a 4 and a 5 right next to each other, so you're almost in line. I would say keep going, but there's something that you noticed in the past that you had to change. Libra energy in the current now, any blocks that they can for their greatest good. Risk. There's a risk you're taking. 31 in the here and now. You overcame your fears. You took that leap. I like that energy. Find your own purpose is what you've done, This is for the current. Yes, and you feel, you have a no-nonsense attitude in the beginning. You got a 1, which is a fledgling, which is the beginning with something. So you're going to be very pleased with it, and that's what I felt in your crystals. And it's something that you're waiting on and looking for with a vision card here, okay? Let's see what the energy, there's something on the bottom of the deck. Maybe you got a little rigid with this change. Let's see the top deck with that. Yeah, there was a lot of chaos with it. Felt like a storm. Yeah. But you centerized it, even though it felt, it was a hard cycle to go through, you at least completed it. Even though there may have been not a strong energy that was trying to, that's what I think, that forbidden, there was a slight energy, or negative, and I think you took care of it yourself. I think you're very intuitive, whoever I'm reading for. Maybe you don't know what your gifts are, but you have a lot of them. You're listening to an older, wiser person as well as around you. An older, wiser person that's around you. Let's see what the outside energies that maybe in denial have to see. Outside energies. Denial. I knew it. And close and wishing. Okay, so somebody, maybe was in denial, something that wasn't their wish. Because the wish came upside down. Maybe they feel trapped in a decision they made. Yeah, they swore to an oath of some sort. If they're summoning the opposite, so you're wondering what that could be. Confidence wants to rear its head, and that's from you. Let's see. Outside energy, we'll look at them first. What are they summoning and what are they promising? They're wishing something for you. Number 14, it's hard to go through. 49, they took it serious. And number 4, they really want to stabilize something. Traveling, moving forward. Self-confidence, again, showed its head. Optimism, freedom, expectation, success, adventure, and spreading the wings. So this is what the person that you're dealing with is going through. They're also in a waiting period. They just came out of a waiting period. There might be a victory with them. Let's look at your past with the fragments here. This is for our lovely Libras. Well, there's something that you feel like, there was a lack of stability. There was something reckless with it. Maybe spending, shady investments, lack of security, dissatisfaction. There was a little deceit. There was something with it. So something hurt you or something happened that you keep reminiscing in the past. Or you don't realize you're holding it with a Virgo energy. King of Cups, that's what I thought, holding. And it wanted to come out sideways and go through it. I think it's a refreshing change from maybe that's how you were to maybe getting more, you're spreading your wings more as with the energy around you states. So I like that. You have the King of Cups energy, which is balance, communication, and change. Mature, compassionate, calm, caring, friendly, diplomatic, balanced, faithful. You know, an advocate for family, orientated, and generous. And then you got the Queen of Cups right backing that up in the here and now over the risk. So maybe it was a risk that you felt that it was hard to open up for you, you know, that you were empathic. Maybe that is, remember when I said you have a gift and you may not know it, empathic come out. So this queen is very empathic, tender-hearted, secure, loving, warm, kind, happy, faithful, a healer, supportive, a good mother, inspirational. Mm-hmm. So the wheel is turning in your favor at this time, and you feel it. For the outcome, you have a softer energy. Your solar plex and root chakra is working hard. Mm-hmm. Not learning from mistakes, unwilling to learn, lack of growth, poor work ethic, lack of commitment, lack of teamwork. I don't know why that reared its head. But there's a beginning with something, and something wasn't clear. Mm-hmm. It was a union of some sort. Look, you've got take what resonates, but you have Sneaky and the Devil coming out at the same time over a union that wasn't clear. There was indecisions, maybe faulty logic, miscommunication, confusion, injustice. I said the wheel is turning, you know, in your favor, and I feel from things. Maybe there was a feminine energy around you that you felt was toxic, or toxic was going around them. Yeah, and you felt their sadness because you're an empath. Mm-hmm. You felt there was backstabbing involved, and you're helping somebody plant seeds. See that? So Libra, don't give in, you know what I mean? Because with the Swiss movement, you have communication. Not only are they looking towards you for answers, this person's looking towards you for answers. They might be younger than you. You'll help them. They're in the Five of Cups energy right now, but they're waiting on something. They have an idea. They're trying to move forward with confidence, and maybe you gave them that. Yeah, there was a stagnation in it for a while. Mm-hmm. But they're working on it, and that's the best that you could ask, you know. So maybe in the past they weren't, but things are changing around you. I like that. Maybe that's what the summoning you were summoning a change. This playful energy is beautiful in the final outcome. So you'll be pleased with something. I read that in your crystals. Yeah. Here again, moving forward, you got the fledgling as well. Same kind of card. Taking a risk with something. Taking a risk with something. So maybe there's more than one party that you're dealing with. Maybe there's three. And two are stagnant. You know what you want because you're holding this energy. You know, you're holding the King of Cups. You're holding energetic. You're strong, courageous, passionate, funny, independent, confident, optimistic, feisty, helping others. And I felt you helping others. I like the outcome because you really did help this person. Yeah, they thought about something that you had said, or vice versa. You could roll reverse here, you know, because this is a collective Libra energy. Things are going to smooth out, and I think you're going to be pleased with that. And that's what you were summoning. You were overloaded with something, and there was a movement with it. It felt very strong, you know, maybe home, but there's going to be a victory with it. So don't worry about the why, how, when. Is this okay? Every little, Libras tend to do that. They organize, and then maybe that's what you're doing, organizing a thought of a thought of a thought of a thought, progressing too far, not enjoying the here and now. And that's why playful there is to remind you to say, hey, stop and smell the roses for a minute type of thing. But really, you have a victory coming to you. Now we're going to bring out some harsh cards. Now, remember what I said. This is all positive. Let's see what comes out with the news. Libra energy. The here and now, positive for the best good. The greatest good. Libra. The Queen of Wands energy. Can I have more on the Queen of Wands? Key player. And numbing, self-medicating addictions, irrational behavior, someone around you, Aries, Leo, Sag. Important person playing an essential role, irreplaceable. And then there's something of a self-medicating that you're worrying about. So it's a very important person that maybe you're worried about. They have their head up and they're sometimes they're not looking at or refuse to go in the hangman position, So maybe and think about something. Let's see what that is. The hangman position for the outside energy Libra's dealing with. Reap what they sow. Maybe they're going through financial, or you're waiting on a financial news or something about they're waiting, or maybe they're in need, a needy person. I don't know. Receive. I felt that. Spiritually woke. I want to say it's you. Key players, spiritually woke. Maybe, detaching from the ego, seeing through, cutting through all the illusions, too, as well. Cuffing season, and it came upside down. Libra energy, the summoning. Summoning, receive. So you're waiting to receive something. The energy is present for that there, and I think you already knew. There was a distress call or something turned around that somebody needed your help. It's in planning, And you were trying to decide if they were a player, if they were love bombing you, was this lucky for me? You were reading up on this person. And you hit a brick wall with it. Maybe in a third-party relation or a lesson, third-party relationship lesson. A karmic, somebody that went through karmic, could be you yourself. It was a karmic, somebody could have went through something. Remember, the toxic came out too, as well as the Seven of Swords. So somebody wasn't loyal to somebody you were dealing with, maybe. Spilling the beans. Something, because of spilling the beans and maybe getting it off your chest, it's time. You really enjoy something. You might have a new beginning here. You've got that twice. You're swept up in something today. Good vibrations. Gonna come upside down. So maybe you think you're worried about money, or somebody else is worried about money with you, or you're hoping to receive something that makes it better for you, or maybe you lost something that you want to regain. You have a plan here. That's the energy around you. You got it under control, because the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups is your energy. This is all you, past, present, future. You're taking it with a grain of salt as well. The Fool energy, for the outcome. The Fool energy. Why is the Fool present? 2 went flying. You got something that it was a distance. You took a time out and you healed. The Sun card. A time out, a distance, and healed with the Sun card. Yeah, you went through some shallow work. And it's heavy when one goes through it. But then it's, you know, it's everything she's wearing looks heavy. Right? Thick and heavy. And that's how it feels. But you're awake now and you were a key player, or maybe you were numbing something. I want one more, the Queen of Wands, please. Something, the King of Cups, sorry. Something that you're thinking about, you know? And it's helping somebody maybe that was left out or in the here and now, but you think that their life is chaotic. And that's what you think. Yeah, 7 of Swords. 4 of Swords and the Devil. Again, the negative came out with the numbing, you know, healing. You know, 7 of Swords was upright. So healing through a lot. A lot of it was taken away from this person. They're numbing things. But they're a key player in something that they may help you awake. Maybe with one of their lessons, they awoke and learned something and they're going to help you spiritually. Maybe they, you know, came really, really blunt to you as well. You get swept up in it for a minute. You had to pull back. You received messages, because that was one of the first cards. Let's see what this one is. Start fresh. So I think that's really a good energy that you're thinking about, to start fresh. You're just thinking, you know, wow, you're reflecting a lot here in the shadow work. I'm going to leave it here because it's a good energy that you're in the middle of change. And that's what I want to say Libra's doing. They're in the middle of change. And they're in the middle of, you know, order here. You know, that type of there. Order. So, you know, you go Libra. You just change something to a positive from a negative. And a very bad negative. You felt trapped in it for a minute. There was that feeling there. You could have been dealing with somebody that's going through it now with the hangman position. Maybe they're losing a lot and they're thinking about, you know, what they are. Part of it was, you know. So there's a lot of reflecting here. That's all I could feel with that. I'm curious to see an affirmation card for you. Affirmation crystal card for Libra. I'm not reading that many, but I will take the top one. Red jasper, grounding. Red jasper provides grounding and vitality. It aligns with the root chakra, fostering physical strength, courage, and emotional stability. This crystal promotes inner strength and stability. I am grounded and filled with vitality. I am grounded and filled with vitality. And I'll read the bottom one. Rainforest jasper. So that was unique. It was another jasper that will help you through the bottom, the shallow work. This is a good crystal to help you awaken. So I guess you are spiritually protected through it, and you're grounded a lot. You know, and you do have a new adventure coming up, and you're spiritually awakening. Like I said. So I read it. You got a lot of jasper. And I embrace balance and harmony in my life. I embrace balance and harmony in my life. And I think that's what you're doing. It's hard to do what you're doing. But don't worry, you're halfway there. You know, you're the key player in your own life. And you kind of realize that, you know. Don't worry about losses. Put a mindset to receive. Everything will balance out, is what it's saying. It's a really good reading. All right. Take care, Libra. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.